Hey.
Hello. Oh, me and my radiant, gorgeous, brilliant citadel. I am your resident wizard and enchanter, Zandarik, and I run the Radiant Citadel on A Tale of D20s, where I have a lovely guild that my players. Oh no, Zeki, you're muted, someone said.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Zach.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm your host now.
We're the host now.
We're the hosts
Channel
now.
takeover. No, we should be good now. I need to realize that when I'm switching scenes in OBS, if one of the mics is like throughout different scenes, it will be like a master audio mixer that you need to pay attention to.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, thank
So,
you for that, Zero.
noted.
And hello, Francisco. Thanks
What's
for the
up,
first.
Francisco?
Glad to see you here. But yeah, no. Today, as Zeki said, we're normally going frame by frame through the metagame, but today we're having a special session where we're diving into my campaign, the Radiant Citadel. I host it on most Mondays here on A Tale of D20s, and it's my homebrew version of the Radiant Citadel book, where we have a guild hall called Refraction's Crest and guild heroes that go off on various missions to, help and fight evil across the multiverse and on the material planes, etc. So I asked these lovely gentlemen here if they could help me sort of flesh out that guild hall of mine, and instead of having it be just theater of the mind, we can sort of have a cool place for our players to hang out and for me to bring up on screen. So I'm glad you're all here to go through it with us.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, well, thank you both for being here. Otherwise, I was just going to be making maps by myself tonight. So I'm glad we were able to have a quick lunch meeting today, a brown bag lunch and learn, if you will, where we kind of went over what our game plan for tonight was, and we figured what would be better than build stuff for the content we're already doing. So I recently just got this dungeon draft software. It's absolutely fantastic, and I've been loving every second of me using it. I've made probably 3 or 4 maps at this point. Like a recent one that I just did was this like little inn, like totally just explaining the program to somebody else, and I made this like totally randomized map, and then I just started filling it with stuff. And this is just like some of the really cool shit that you can do with Dungeon Draft. And tonight we are actually going to take an additional look into the guild hall for Travis's Radiant Citadel. So while this is a quaint little inn with some weird hallways, it must have been a Friday when they did this. Like I don't think people really build houses with like long straight hallways like this. But, who knows? And we're gonna make our own guild hall with whatever you can think and name, chat. We're gonna kind of lean on you a little bit to see what you think you would put in your own guild hall, as well as Travis, since this is for his game. So, and Omar, besides being a pretty face, you will be helping create some of these awesome NPCs that we have here, and like any other kind of ideas you want to like spitball and stuff, because again, you're super freaking creative, and I feel like you don't miss whenever you take your shots on this kind of stuff. So, without further ado, let's start a new map.
Sweet, let's do this.
Yeah.
So Travis, how many tiles do you want this guild hall to be? Like, how grand and how epic?
So I am picturing it to be a rather large guild hall. I want it to sort of feel, or I have described it as a place where there's about, I would say that the guild probably has like around 100 members or so. I don't think that all of them live there all of the time, but I want to
Mhm.
make sure to build in enough like dormitories as well as stuff like several private rooms for, higher level or important NPC characters. So I picture it being sort of like a, you know, mansion-esque building, you know what I mean? With like a also sort of stable or like armory or something sort of attached to it as well.
Got it. So the map that's kind of in the background here is a 35 wide by 20 tall.
Mm-hmm.
So just like to give you an idea of like, some of the basic idea of like room sizes and stuff like that. Like this is like a dining room type of area. And like this is like one bedroom for the inn. It's like very like open common room space. So
I
like,
would say that this is maybe like this is close to what I want, maybe a little bit bigger than this, but
okay, so that's actually very helpful because I'll dial it down to probably 45. So I'll add 10 spaces wide so we can go a little bit wider. But then maybe just leave it 30 instead of 20,
Yeah.
So that way we can build it out. And a cool thing that I really haven't messed around with a ton yet, just because I'm still learning the program, is you can do different floors. So you could even like add staircases and stuff like that, and then start designing different layers. And those of you who have Adobe Photoshop skills will probably feel a little bit more at home with this software. I will be honest with you, especially once we kind of get in there and start building. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I add some of these free, that's free with a capital F, asset packs that I got through the Dungeon Draft website. They have some featured asset creators, and one of them was Crosshead. And whenever I saw this Ghibli pack, I was like, yo, that is exactly what I need in my life. So we will load it up with these free packs already going.
We love that.
Yeah.
Ghibli as in like
Cool.
Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli as in something else?
As in Studio Ghibli.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're not like
That's
official,
awesome.
but like they're in the art style of kind of thing.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Or Ghibli,
Whoa,
however you
what
decide
just
to pronounce it.
happened?
It looks like we have a new follower.
Who just
Willie
followed?
Handrail?
Oh wow, cool.
Ooh.
Thanks, Willie.
Thanks, Willie, for
Thank you for
following.
the follow, yeah.
Greatly appreciate it. Goes a long way.
Excellent. So, where do you guys want to start? Would you, I guess, Travis, something we could kind of start out with here is just kind of going over some of this basic stuff so you can kind of get your own handle on it. But so this has like a cave kind of generator and a dungeon generator. So when you do like the dungeon generator specifically, you can take your pick of like the wall shape you want to have and everything like that. And then you also like pick whatever floor you want. For example, you want some
I see.
herringbone floors with these. You had like more of stone buildings on the Radiant Citadel, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, it's more of like a stone motif, but it's fine with there's like some wooden floors aspect as well. But I would think that if we wanted to start off with like the entranceway to the guild hall, so that way we have like a space, because the way that the guild works is people can come and like the various factions can come and petition or put like sort of like a standard quest board up, and people can come and ask, get my cat out of the tree, or go save my husband that's been captured by demons, or whatever. So
okay.
A reception area.
You get them all. You get just a simple cat to the saving the world from demons.
Right, you got it all here.
Everything at the Citadel.
Cool. So I will. I don't know why it's not doing what I want it to do.
Technology.
Are you on the right Remember?
This is just making random stuff for me. I need it to be not this.
That's cool though.
It is cool
Right.
though. Like you can just hit this
That is
generate
actually-
button, and you're like, boom, dungeon, boom, dungeon.
Yeah, you don't really need a lot to build a dungeon. Just boxes and lines, and then the rest are just your imagination.
You know, like, boom. And like it looks kind of like gross from far away, but then you like start zooming in, and you're like, wow, this is like completely randomized gravel. You know, they have like these stone walls. You could totally imagine this as like a mine that has a bunch of, you know, cultists operating and stuff. You just have to like build an entrance at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we got another follower.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, hello, relatives, me.
A relatives me?
Relatives
How do you
me.
say it?
Yeah, that's it. I tried to like
Thank
stretch it
you.
out to see if it was like a longer one, and I'm just like tripping, but no, I am not. So that
Thank
is
you
good.
so much for that follow.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
so much. But any hooser, to kind of get out of this, I don't actually want to generate a map like that, so I'm gonna do cancel.
I should have actually shared this with you sooner. I'm sorry if I didn't.
Oh, no.
I have I think I have shared it with you before. I'm gonna send you a quick link to my doc, just so that way you can see the sort of like size layout that I want to keep, so there's like a little bit of realism tied back to the actual layout, because I am using the map that is generated from you know, from in the Radiant Citadel book. And I have like sort of the, if you scroll down to page, I think the second page, you'll see I have the Radiant Citadel map, and like where the guild is sort of the size of it,
Oh,
sort of
yeah,
like
let me-
outlined. You know what I mean?
Let me grab that actually. That's a really good point and idea.
Sweet.
So that
This would be really great to add to your player book or world campaign book. Of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Map of the world.
So real quick, and maybe even something I do here for this. So we are here, right?
That arrow's where we are.
Yeah, down at the bottom,
It's,
that's where I
it's
have
this
the guild.
blue building here.
Yeah, and that little, you know, brownish one to the left of it is like its shed. And then a wonderful aspect of the Radiant Citadel is people are given green space and outdoor space. So that like foresty looking area is also, you know, part of the guild hall's domain as well. But we don't
Oh,
have to
man.
include that on the map. But if we wanted to sort of put, you know, trees and stuff, it would be towards the left-hand side of it as well.
I
But-
mean, you know I'm gonna do something like that, so
Right. But I just felt like that would help people sort of get it. And then also for people, hold on, let me grab a viewer link. And if anyone in the chat is interested in looking at the document that I've whipped up, I'll paste it here and you can jump into my Google Doc and follow along as well.
That's awesome.
Nice. Thank you.
Oh, what's up, Random Zero? Do people have a favorite historic guild hall? I only ever see IRL ones, but if you have a favorite fantasy ones, honestly, wait, what were we gonna say, Travis?
I was gonna say because I was trying to think of like what would we consider like a guild hall IRL, and I'm not exactly sure. Like, would like I don't know. I can't think of an IRL one, but like I was thinking like the fairy tale guild hall from that anime.
Oh my
or,
god, yeah.
Well, then you have
Or-
like London. I mean, you might have been to had lots of guild halls
Yeah,
in the
no,
UK.
you're right.
It's like full of guild. Like they, I feel like every corner is a guild hall in the UK.
I guess you're right. Yeah, in that
I know
regard,
you've been to a bunch of them.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I love the architecture of like the United Kingdom's guild hall. It's very like I don't want to say
Favorite teal,
gothic,
thank
but
you.
like cathedral-like, very big
Mhm.
arches. So chandeliers that hang down.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite things that you can do with this program is like this like spray paint function,
Oh, nice.
and it like just builds out the grass. So Travis, you were talking about having a green space.
Yeah.
So we're gonna build that green space up a little bit.
Oh my goodness, we got another follower.
Yeah.
Favorite Tilly.
Favorite teal.
Hi,
favorite
teal.
Favorite teal. Sorry.
So what's cool is like you can, since this is just like the terrain, you can just like put it everywhere, and when you build walls and flooring, it'll just go right on top of it.
Yeah, that's
So
super
again,
cool.
like you can see we're at the ground layer. So I'm probably gonna just put some grass like all around here.
I was also going to say, Zeki, you'd actually be very familiar with these guild halls, but in Magic the Gathering, Ravnica has 8, how many?
Oh,
8
yeah.
guild halls?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 8 guilds, yeah. That's
8 guild
exactly
halls?
correct.
So, and each one of those is very stylistic and representative.
So I think what also you're gonna see here is at least, let me. So another thing that you might be able to see me doing here on screen is when I hold the space bar and use my scroll, it makes this brush size bigger and smaller. So what that basically allows me to do is really isolate areas. So say I want to have like a street, and it's like a gravel street in front of this guild hall. All I have to do then is just like hold my little brush towards the bottom here, and we now magically have a street that connects into our guild hall.
It's so simple and nice.
It is so simple and nice. And I do not know Photoshop. Like, I know some friends of the channel are like professionals in this kind of thing and would probably put me to shame once they actually learn the program a little bit. But like, it's pretty cool how you can go into like level settings and, you know, start just like throwing stuff in here. And you really want to get into some layers, you can do like below ground. Like if you want to put a basement into this guild hall, Travis, we can try to do that. We can figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
But so let's actually get started with doing the building stuff. So I'm going to start with this end of the map, I think, because we have this kind of like weirdly shaped thing going on here. So what it looks like to me is that this building with the large spire behind it was like the original structure, and they've since like grown, you know, with like throughout the thousands of years on the Radiant Citadel or whatever. So let's start by building that small room and see where it goes from there. Fairy Tale Guild Hall is a cool one. Nice.
We love us some fairy tale here.
We love some fairy tale. We love a good anime.
Yeah, I was also thinking about in Skyrim, all of like, they're not technically guild halls, but they are like they're like where all of the like leaders of each town basically live or whatever. So now we get into this really cool building tool, and this is kind of what I was telling you about, where you pick a floor, a tile setting basically, and you can like change the color of it. This seems like it would be a fun blue. Or do you want like what color blue do you want your floor to be, Travis?
Probably, I mean, it could be like I don't know, you're the geologist here. You tell us what would be a cool stone. It is technically on a fantasy diamond is the whole entire place, but it could be like imported stone.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
like a blue stone is cool.
Oh,
Like
a
marble,
stone.
like marble-esque, I guess. Isn't that what you were going for?
Yeah, and
Could
you'll
you
see
imagine?
like the what's up.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I have nothing of value to input here.
No, I was just gonna say, could you imagine being like so opulent where you live on a diamond, but you import you import marble or something like that? Because just like, oh, diamonds are so 2,000 years ago. It's all about the marble.
Yeah, right.
That's Yeah, I'm posting a picture in chat for you and for our players to reference. This is like the general feel of the place, like the entrance sort of welcoming space that I'm sort of going
Oh,
for.
okay.
You know what I mean?
In that case, why didn't you say that like 2 seconds earlier?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Well, then we delete and
This is what I was doing when I was like, I'm gonna build it myself before we decided to create this, and I was like, no, I don't like it. No, I don't like it. And I just sort of found this picture as like a cool reference.
So that is actually a really beautiful sandstone that we can make the block out of. And if I'm looking at this correctly, it's also like a reddish brick on the interior. So with that, we can kind of...
so we're laying the foundation first, like the whole floor.
Yeah, we're laying the floor plans first.
Got it.
And you'll see here in a second how this like kind of works in like a very fast paced kind of way. But what you can do is just like you build your first square. So like when I look at the shape of this building over here, like you see like a square, and then basically what you do, you build off of it, right? So then you build this, and then you come down and you build these two little alcovey things, and it looks like curvy walls. Why do they gotta be curvy walls?
They don't. It doesn't have to be perfectly. We could use the straight lines from this.
You're saying you want curvy walls?
Curvy
No.
walls are hard. I say as I make a perfectly
There's a
Perfect
curvy wall.
circle.
There's your
that
curvy
curvy
wall. Cool, right? So that's like your initial building. And so that could kind of match what you're looking for in terms of like this open entrance. And for those not clicking links, this is kind of what Travis is talking about.
This is super cool, and like that was the picture that I sort of referenced, and you see how there's that like curve in the back could actually be like a stage, you know what I mean? So I think that could be like a stage space, sort of like a performance space. The like just desk and reception area could be closer to the front, like somewhere over there. We could have like a bar and like some tables out. And like you were saying before, do we also want to build the other building too, or is this the majority that we're thinking?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna just kind of build it out as it was kind of also constructed.
Okay, cool.
Remind me, how many buildings are there? Is it 3 buildings?
It looks like it's just 2.
2.
It looks like it's this. Well, there's 3 technically. You're right. So there is this original structure, what it looks like, kind of thing going on with multiple floors, and then there's this other larger area that probably has like an armory on this side because it's probably connected to
zoom that in a smidge more, Zach?
Yeah. Oh my god, this is so zoomed in.
Don't you hate when you zoom in and you're just like, where is it now?
Well, it's like also like 400. This is just like a page zoom on like.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like this is like 400% zoom.
Enhance
more. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, just move it over a smidge. So I see what you're saying. The like, it sort of looks like that first spire, like the rightmost circle is like a spire. There's like another circle to the left of that is like another small spire, and then that brown building to the left. So that's why you're sort of saying it was probably one large building, an add-on, and then a second add-on.
Correct.
Cool.
That's not what I wanted. It's so hard, like, doing the circles after the fact, too. So, let me... Nope. Don't like that.
Right, I was gonna say maybe zoom in. Enhance.
Let's take the snap off. So you can do it the old-fashioned way too. Which is just what happens sometimes when you're doing
Good old
this.
steady hands.
And then it like knows that I want it on this grid, so it like automatically like knows that these 2
Wow.
points have to be on the grid.
Cool.
Fantastic.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so now we have this stage, and honestly, I'm kind of mad that I didn't make it a different color. So
Fix it.
I'm going to.
I know.
Do
It
it.
should be a darker wood.
Right? And because, you know, like I literally downloaded this software probably a week ago. Oh, why are you doing this to me?
I mean, you're doing pretty well for like just
I
learning.
was just
it.
gonna say that. Yeah, I'm like, you look like you know what you're doing.
Oh, except for that, you fucked
What is
that up. No,
this?
I'm just
What is this doing?
Can you
You know what I
control
mean?
Z or no? Oh no,
That's what I had just done, and I don't even know how much I undid now.
kidding. Control Y. Redo it.
Redo. No, once you do something else, you undo the redo, and now you're stuck in that time.
I mean, this
that
isn't
timeline.
that bad. I don't know why this is.
Escape.
There we go. Good advice, Travis. This is actually like really good for me because I accidentally made this not the way I wanted it. And I'm gonna turn snap back on. Because so when I was doing this before, I realized that there was an uneven number of spaces in here before, and it was bothering me a lot.
Okay.
Because like these were 5, 5, and then this was like 7, and I'm like, that grinds my gears.
You can actually pull that in so that way it's 2 or 3, whichever looks better, because that's sort of like the walkway that would like lead into it.
I was just.
It doesn't
gonna
need
say
to be
that.
as wide.
Oh, okay.
Like, did we want to move everything back? Is there like a front yard to it, or is it street?
Not really. It's street. It's like
It looks
the
like
street that
street,
people would
yeah.
walk into. Yeah.
Got it.
So then the other thing we can do real quick,
Yeah,
if
like
we want
that.
to like fix that, you go back into the terrain, you get that gravel. Let me just increase the size so you can see what I'm talking about. It doesn't go through the walls. It like knows that walls are there
Oh my goodness.
and just
that's-
like
super
fills the
cool.
space perfectly.
that is
Yeah.
fantastic.
So going back to the building tool, let's get that spire back. It looks like it's actually a little bit off center.
I think that spire would actually be like more in the middle, so you don't necessarily need to put that U in the back if you want, but I did kind of like it as like a stage. We can also sort of riff on the picture. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It has to be.
It was just
perfect,
it was
Travis.
just like a guideline. Because I picture, so like, what do you guys think would be on the base floor? I think that it would be sort of the reception desk and a welcome, where the clerks and leaders would sort of chat. Obviously a mess hall, maybe like a bar area, the like bulletin board type place, and then a kitchen, a storage room. Like what I'm trying to think of, what are some of the other things?
Let's see.
Fire exits, Mike says.
No one has fire exits in way back now.
Just not that far, Zeki, for the stage. Do like 3, not 5.
I
don't know
would
why
say
did
you
that.
you would definitely want to have like a guild like a job post board.
A
That seems-
larder. Yeah, post board, I think for sure.
We will
I think-
definitely make that happen.
Yeah.
Trying to imagine
I'm all
the
about
place.
having Craigslist in my games. I don't know why it's doing this goofy shit, so I'm just gonna...
I think, like you said, it's trying to snap to find like the best thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just do that and override it.
Yeah.
NBD. That's perfect. Yeah, and that looks like because it gives them, like we can see that there's like a small short staircase that they walk up.
And then door there. Okay.
Zero says always need fire exits for D&D parties. They tend to make their own exits when they're already there.
That's the truth.
True story.
Okay, so we're gonna put this right in the middle here. And boom, door, and it like reformats like the brick lay and stuff on it too.
Very
Cool.
nice.
This game is so fucking, or this game. This
I mean,
software.
It's pretty much the
then
game.
The windows too, like the windows, it looks so cool. So, Travis, I imagine you would have a bunch of
Like front windows, right?
Yeah. Boop.
Now, what options do we have for windows, or is it kind of just generic window?
So the ones that I actually picked are stained glass looking windows, which I thought was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And come on, dude, don't do this to me. Why are you bothering my symmetrical mind? I can't with you.
You're gonna trigger Omar.
I know, right?
It's
I'm all about
triggering-
symmetry.
It's triggering me.
You don't know how many conversations we've had about symmetry.
Oh my God, building our logos and everything. It's just like, we'll have this off, and I'm just like, why isn't the left exactly identical to the right? What is this? Asymmetrical. I don't care what the new in is.
Guildhalls cost 5,000 GP, Zero says in the DMG. So like
Oh dang.
$500,000. Well, this makes sense because it's not owned by the players. The players are just a part of this guild. So
This was
You gotta
the
think-
problem. I'm the problem. It's me.
it's me. You
We
can
gotta
just
think of
drag
the-
them.
Oh wow, you can.
Yeah, you can just like drag them and it like shifts everything. Same with the doors.
Hallelujah.
Can you copy or highlight an entire section and then duplicate it on the other side for symmetrical sakes?
It does not appear so. Or I have not figured out how to do that. It looks like you can because you should be able to
Yeah.
copy and stuff. But like it boom.
Yeah.
Really?
So I think. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
No. I heard boom. I thought he actually was able to figure it out.
I was able to multi-select, but it didn't
Oh.
do anything. I don't know. I'll figure that out eventually.
So I'm thinking, since the stage is at the back end of this building, I feel like the right side of it, there should be like a bar on the right-hand side, and like tables sort of in that middle area.
So you want some
Yeah,
tables
there.
in here?
And then in the front left area, the like when you walk in the door and you make a hard left to that, like to the down a little bit, in that zone, that's where we'd put like the office, the guild board, the. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we could totally do that.
Or should it be flipped because we're gonna build this building out more to the left? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, we are totally gonna build it out. I figured like this whole room is kind of like the entryway type
Yeah,
of deal.
yeah.
So we are also gonna have.
Is it gonna be like a skyway or a skyway that connects them, or are we just going to build directly on top of the other one?
We'll just like add on. It'll be like an addition. So we can add doors. We can.
Add like a corridor.
Yeah, we can add a corridor. We can do whatever.
Yeah.
So going back to that, because I kind of just want to knock out the floor plan, because then once you start going into the items, it'll just be bajillion items, whatever we want to drop.
Right. I was just, yeah, I agree. I was just sort of like trying to map it out in my head how we think we want to do it. Because if we put a bar on the right hand side to the right of, not we have to put out items just for like the layout's sake, that to the left would be where it'd have like the kitchen and the stuff, right? Or should they be closer together? Or it doesn't really matter because it's a fantasy map.
It doesn't truly matter because it's a fantasy map, but like I'm being super picky because you have a picture of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So at least for the outer dimensions, I'm trying to get close to what. Oh, I did not like that.
Because like it also looks like there's sort of like a square bump to the like where the right corner of the stage would be. Yeah, like where if you go, I think it'd be up a little bit more than there.
Because to me, it kind of looks like it should go like around here. Then it comes out like 2 or 3. Then it goes up. Then it comes out 2 more. Then
Right.
It comes up and then comes back, kind of thing. And I might not make it at this angle. I think it's like a weird angle.
I agree. It doesn't make it more like square-like, but I think that what you're drawing there could be where like the bar, the supply room, the storage room could be that space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Don't make it like a weirdo angle. You don't have to go in and out multiple ways. But then that would sort of cut in behind the stage, right?
Yeah.
Or like before the stage, yeah, and then just cut straight down.
So my question is, if you're doing a bar, so this is supposed to be a separate room that's going to be a bar?
This is just like the general floor plan at the moment, and then we can flesh all of it out.
I know, but Jav was talking about like adding a kitchen and all that stuff. I was curious, was this the idea of where you wanted to have these things?
Yeah, that's where I'm like trying to sort of figure it out, and you know, like what do you guys think? Like in the picture that I shared, well, the picture that I shared doesn't really have. It has like mess tables, but it doesn't have like a mess hall. But if you like look at other general pictures of guild halls, there's usually like a bars with stools and like the liquor cabinet behind it. So I was thinking that would be on the right hand side, and then some of the space that Zeki's drawing right now would be like a connecting room. We would wall it off after he builds it, and that'd be like a storage room or like the kitchen.
Yeah, so the bar would be is this an open floor plan, or are these doors that lead to these?
So like a storage room would be behind closed doors. It would be like a walk-up bar area on the right-hand side next to the stage that people could come to. But like the storage room behind it would be, locked behind a door. And like maybe behind the stage is like a corridor that leads to like the dressing room and like the, place for the performers, you know what I mean? There would be a staircase that would like lead up, because not that we're going to do all of the layers or floors today, but I'm assuming that there might be like a few bedrooms for like the guild leader, or like a few important people on the first level, but a majority of the bedrooms would be on like the second floor, I think.
Yeah. It did not make me happy. It fucked up. I fucked up.
It fucked up. Can you build the wall? Can you just grab the wall tool?
Yeah, I can totally do that too.
Let's do it that way. Let's just do like wall piece by wall piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could spray in the...
Yeah, I was trying to make it look good.
I mean, we can make it look good.
That was actually my fault. I should not have... I'm gonna have snap back on because it just helps. What I tried to do was I tried to do all of it in one big room as like an outer wall, and I should have chopped it up a little bit more.
Overzealous.
I was an Icarus, flying too close to the sun.
I do it all the time. So in Fantasy Grounds, you can, which this imports to, which is fantastic. When I do the lighting and all that stuff, you can do it all in one go. But if you mess up, you have to undo everything.
If you mess up,
you're like, it took me 45 minutes to do this entire thing. Oops, I went up the wrong place, and I was like, well, Control Z, all done. Try it over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you try to carry bags from the groceries and you just try to like make one trip.
Yeah.
Make it the worst experience of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, so
understand
that's
this.
exactly what I'm thinking. And like where the wall is, that if you move your mouse down and where the current like red brick wall is,
Yeah.
that's where we'll actually have like the bar stools and sort of have the bar where the people are standing in that like longer corridor, and that room back there be like the storage room, and also have a corridor that runs behind the stage that leads to other rooms or whatever that you were sort of building out. You know what I mean? Just so you could understand the floor plan as I'm thinking it through.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I could just talk to you about this and do it. I am so thankful right now because like you're making it look so easy, but I feel like I would be freaking out if I had to do this myself.
So this is going to be a test. Okay, cool. That went way better than I thought it was going to go.
Yay.
I just have to be like careful and go on like the outer like shell of this kind of thing.
I think I would have a lot of fun with this. Yeah, it's just like how you would do in the Fantasy Grounds. Except for it's a map maker.
Yeah. So anyone in chat, do you have any ideas for NPCs? Any cool ideas? Let's make a character while we're building this out too.
Hell yeah, let's do that.
Or if you have any ideas, Omar or Zach. I know you're mentally focusing on this, so.
Well, let's see. First, let's recap on the world, or not the world, but like, the general feel of the Radiant Citadel and the kind of people we want to populate in this world. So like, what would be like a good, like, a person who would be at the Radiant Citadel?
So the Radiant Citadel is the entire place, like the entire plane. This guild is called Refraction's Crest, and they are that looks fantastic, Zeki. The Refraction's Crest Guild Hall is basically the only like fairy tale like guild hall. It's where quests are placed for the citizens of the Radiant Citadel, or also people of the material plane or other places can petition for help and come here. So it's like a good-natured vibey place. It's for heroes or like good people, so to speak. Like it's not like a scoundrel den type deal, you know what I mean? It's more of like a happy, enjoyable fantasy place. Fantasy building is the vibe I'm going for. Does that make sense?
No, totally.
And like so far I have since you both were players on my flagship stream, you've met the guild master. I'm forgetting his name. I have it written down in my notes. It's like Killian.
That's like the one name that I wrote down in my notes as well.
Yeah, I have the one guild master is like the only NPC that I fleshed out, but there would obviously be a few more people, like the head, when the guild master is not, receiving people or like dealing with people, there'd be like a second in command, like a head scribe or a head bookkeeper type person. There would probably be like a head barkeep and a few bartenders and cooks and stuff. Like Zeki and one of my other players, Logan, has already like RP that they've like hung out and met the chef, and like have like RP that they've like chatted and like have this rapport with the kitchen, with one of the cooks in the kitchen. So I feel like fleshing out like a cook would be like a really funny thing to do.
Pitiful Shake, thank you so much for the follow.
Ooh, thank you, pitiful Shay.
Oh, maybe not.
Oh.
Actually,
Yeah.
Hashtag a bot.
I just got gooped.
Yeah, dude. We'll take the follow, but we don't need your bot services.
Thank you, though.
I'm gonna go ahead and delete that.
Oh, thanks. You beat me to it.
So another cool thing that I was looking at here is like this additional little building that's off the side corner. So I'm definitely not going to be able to get this third structure in this map. I might be able to add more to it, but like this is how big it is already. So,
yeah,
you know.
that's looking fabulous because I wanted it to be like a large space. So I can picture like if we were to cut that room, that middle room that you have, like that's because that small one could be like a stable. It could be a.
I figured that could be like where the armory is or something. You know
Armory.
what I mean? Like it's like disconnected off the side. Like, you know, they added their own armory for once, you know, after building it up, and now they're like, you put like your forge over in this corner so that way it's away from the building.
So,
yeah.
Al the PC man just checked in and said a turtle chef.
A turtle chef? Oh my god, that's perfect.
Yeah, that'd be great.
100%. Like a nice old turtle chef who's maybe used to be an adventurer and now just really old, so he just cooks it, but he has stories to tell. Stories.
Right. Let me tell you, that works out perfectly because one of my players is playing a turtle. What is he? A turtle. He's not a barbarian. What's Logan character? He's a turtle something, but like he's the one who has like role play going back into the kitchen. So I could see like two old turtles like gabbing away in the back. So I'm writing that down.
I want you to make the voice sound just like him, so that way you could be like, and they all just talk kind of just like.
They all, oh, right? It's in canon. They all have that gruff, low, groany voice. Okay, well, thanks for that.
So I'm in the edit points thing. So in doing that, what I can do is, I don't know why it's doing that. I don't want, oh, that's why. How do I guess I have to go back.
It's like gruff voice, male, former adventurer. What other interesting detail do we know? Do we have a name? Think of names for our turtle chef.
Turtle chef. I mean, is
no
he named
Weird Owl
after
nonsense.
a famous artist?
No artist, no Renaissance artists that end with O's.
Thank you for picking up what I was throwing down.
Oh, I got you now. Yeah, no. Let's be a little more original.
Rembrandt.
Right? Yeah, there we go.
So funny.
I don't know why it's doing that. Raphael. Exactly.
You were the chosen one, Zero. It's the, like, I don't want to say like barmaid because we can have barmaid men and barmaid women and barmaid non-binaries, but what's the like term for like bar? Is it barkeeps?
Barkeep is the general term, yes.
Barkeeps, okay. Barkeeps, and then like we'll have like a head barkeep. I'm just putting down like things that I know we need to fill in. Jonathan, the turtle chef. Oh, bartender, yeah, I guess. I was trying to think of more of like fantasy terms, but I guess even in fantasy they have bartenders.
I'm trying to like pick a stone floor that I actually like. And I'm having troubles.
How about Turtellini?
Turtellini, no.
No?
Fucking clowns.
Just name. I mean, do you want a funny name or do you want a serious name or? Or here's one that has on leg. How about Chef Terrapinio? Terrapin is a name for turtle, and it has that Italian ring. So Chef No, all right, you know what? Fine. Screw y'all. Come on
I
with
was
your own
into
damn
it.
name.
I was
Yeah.
feeling it.
Terrapini's not that bad. I like it.
Trying to be witty for once.
I like your witty. I just don't want it to be like.
enjoyed it.
I don't want it to be like, oh, the Weird Owl. Weird Owl.
Hey, you let me get away with that one.
I was like, this plague beast. It's a demon owl, and you're like, is it a weird owl?
That would be nice. Also, Logan, I believe it was Logan who said how many licks or whatever it takes.
Oh my
Mr.
effing
Owl,
Jesus,
how
he
many
totally-
licks?
Yo,
That
that
would
was
take-
so funny.
that was
What?
I was dying with that one.
I was upset I didn't think about it.
okay. So we have Terrapini, the turtle chef.
Yeah.
Jonathan is the name of the world's oldest tortoise. Okay, his name is Terrapini. Jonathan Terrapini is what his name is gonna be.
Yeah, but are we like making the world's oldest turtle chef? Is that what we're going for? I don't know.
No, we can just play homage to Jonathan, the world's oldest tortoise.
That is very true. We can always do that.
His meals have to be not obviously turtle name related, not actually turtles. I wouldn't want to make a turtle eat a turtle soup or something like that. But like like he has to have like signature dishes like shell shock or something like that, or insert turtle dish here. My name turtle themed dish.
I'm never gonna go into that. If I can think of if you have any of those, I'll write them down. But I'm not the greatest.
Sorry, I'm super extra. This turtle's gonna have a full backstory. It's gonna basically a PC could just pick it up, pick him
Right. You can
That's
be
where we're
playing them?
getting with this, and I'm like
Right.
here for it. Travis, how did you want to chop this up?
So for
Let's build
here,
some more walls first.
Yeah, I was thinking that the bottom part, that like you see that there's like basically a very long rectangle at the bottom.
Yeah.
That I was thinking potentially could be a whole dormitory with like a
Okay.
ton of beds in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll build a wall.
Are we doing late levels? You said, or that comes afterwards.
We can, yeah,
Stairs?
it'll come later, but we'll put in stairs and stuff too.
Now, are all these stuff on the first floor, or are you incorporating any of this in the second floor?
This feels like first floor right now. We might
Yeah,
do.
this is all first floor right now.
We could do like level 2 and 3, or I could also theater of the mind level 2. We don't have to like build out every aspect of it right now.
Yeah, but I figure like in this part we could throw in like a bunch of beds, like it's like a big open, or we could even
I think that where the red wall sort of juts out to the left a little bit, and then if you cut down from there and make like a specialty room for like the headmaster and office.
over here, like this little
Yeah, so
quadrant.
if you cut, yeah, jut where it comes down a little bit, like in where the rectangle is. Yeah, cut that off. Yep, and then that small room that could be like the headmaster's, Killian's office, or
Yeah.
a specialty room. Alexa, stop. Sorry, we have reminders to take our garbage out on Wednesdays.
Do you have a like second in command also?
That's whom I was saying if we have an idea for another NPC. I do not have an idea yet for a second in command, but
So we have like the guy who's in charge, right? So let's give like there's some other guy who's like relatively important, and their whole deal is they're like in charge of like the first years or something like that, or like the newbies.
Yeah.
And all of those people are here in this section, and then we'll have like stairs that go for like the people who like more veteran guild members and stuff like that. So then that way we can put like a door here for like the guildmaster room suite, and then we can put like another door here, and like this is like the
like the commanders.
yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think of like military terms, but I'm failing.
I can't help you either. I'm gonna say the wrong one.
Yeah.
Like a captain or whatever, not
I
like
recently learned that a captain is higher than a lieutenant, and I was just like, oh. Lieutenant has more letters. I thought that was higher.
Oh my god.
Don't ask me about that.
I'm surprised that you have to draw each room. There's not like a paint bucket for like rooms that have walls already.
I mean, maybe.
There's a really cool feature that's a little complex. We probably won't get into. That I was just reading earlier about this. That you can actually copy, like highlight something, copy it, and paste it into Notepad, which will give you the code that you can then input to do other things. But that
that's
seems
wild.
it seems a little complex. But if you get to down into the code, you probably do some really crazy stuff. What races do you, or sorry, what species do you allow in this? Because I know that the Radiant Citadel, Spelljammer in general, have all these funky new species, and I don't know if you wanted to incorporate that as like just to show it. Maybe the players aren't out to play them, but like just having them in the world, like those four-arm bug creatures. I don't know their name. And the autognomes.
Right. So the Spelljammer species that came out very recently, I haven't really dug into those books yet, so I was going to exclude them, but pretty much everything else, like everything from obviously PHB, Tasha, Xanathars, you know, like the more well-known modules like Storm Coast and all of those, that if they have other species, that'd be fine too. But because like the Radiant Citadel itself is in the ethereal plane, Spelljammers could technically like fly up and dock, but I don't like plan on incorporating that right away. So I was going to sort of hold off on them just for now, but then eventually you know, bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
So like pretty much everything else, but not right now.
So what's the personality of the guild master, Killian? Because I feel like we should have a stark difference. Maybe a bridge between why the second command and the first command and the leader are together, but it's so juxtaposition of like their characters. So if Killian's like rough and gruff, maybe this person's like gentle, or vice versa.
I think vice versa. I think that the leader is a wise, gentle, you know, gorgeous man. I found wonderful art on our Adobe photo stock. So he's comes off as very like magnanimous, very wise. I think he, you know, he's not like very old, but he has, you know, been in situations where he is wizened. And I think that he's very kind and you know, I think that so he has, that's sort of the persona that I have for him. So I think the second in command would be a little bit harsher, a little bit stricter, you know, the one that really like keeps the ship in order, so to speak. You know what I mean? So I think I like your idea of having the second in command being a little bit more, not exactly a hard ass, but a little bit, you know, stricter, a little bit more, you know,
like by the books, sort of.
Yeah, by the books, exactly. Yeah.
It reminds me of like an anime. There's always like the guild master is always like this, oh, I'm wild and exuberant person, and then like they always have like the glasses wearing second in command who's just like, okay, let's like be for real.
Oh, like from Bleach with like what's her name, the girl with the book,
yeah,
with the captain. Yes,
exactly. Like Bleach has that. I should know the top of my head, but I don't.
I don't remember. I know.
But like how the one captain with the double sword. Yeah, him, and then like how his
the
second
poison
command...
captain and his second command with the books. Yeah,
that is a great question, Zero. I have no idea.
Captains are higher than lieutenants in most militaries, though, aren't they?
Yes, they are. That's what I was saying before. I thought lieutenants were, because lieutenants has more letters, but I was clearly incorrect.
What a weird reason. What weird reasoning.
When you think of captain, I'm thinking like captain of a ship and all that stuff. Like that doesn't say about lieutenant. It's part of the military, and like I was like, so lieutenant's definitely higher. So in one of my other campaigns, it was like the lieutenant, and like of course one of the players was like, actually, it's the other way around. I'm like, I knew that. Yeah, you didn't know that? Totally didn't know Um,
Also, I think that captain in a navy is the highest before admiral.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I'll
actually learned
believe
a
you.
lot. Then you have like first lieutenant and all that stuff. Like I was forced to study up so I wasn't wrong in my campaign anymore.
I mean, if you have people that are like, for me, you could say whatever and I'd believe you. Like, you know what I mean? But if you have someone who's like from a family, like a military family where they know, they were the people that probably would want it to be like, actually, no, 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 no.
Oh, my Lanta.
Okay, so the second command is, we said, straight-laced, by the books, a little more stern. I'm thinking of having, since I just decided, I found the picture of the dude, so he was the guy. So I'll have the second command either be non-binary or female, is what I'm
Just gonna
thinking.
say that same thing too. Yeah. Maybe like
Female, I'm thinking female presenting.
a happy International Women's Day. So
Oh,
yeah.
right, yeah, today's National Women's Day, International Women's
Yeah,
Day.
yeah.
Mhm.
So then
So
we'll
yeah.
make her full-on lady.
I want to get rid of this fucking wall. How do I do that?
Which wall?
This one.
Oh, I see. Zero, do you have family members or people or yourself in the military, or you just
learned in the
or
situation.
just learn it? Yeah, just learn it on the topic.
I am liking it so far.
Me too.
You need to have an encounter here so we can actually use a map.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Like something breaks in, or like maybe insert.
Oh, just you wait. I hope you're in the next session.
Oh, goodness.
Spoilers.
Look what you did.
Spoilers. Yeah, my last session was really, really good. And the players definitely are preparing.
This is so frustrating. I don't know how to get rid of this wall.
We can't, it's okay, because what we can do is put art over like the bar itself there, you know what I mean? And it could cover up where the wall is.
But even, yeah, and then I saw there definitely looks like there was a ton of assets when Zeki was going through it that you can put on top of it.
So what I've kind of done in the meantime
is put like windows.
Like door frames, like open door frames.
Yeah, that looks fine.
Thresholds. So I just worry about it because when you do actually get to the items and say you want to type in, just search a table, and then you want to put in like a bar, it'll show up like through it kind of thing. But
I see
you know what I'm
saying.
Yeah. Like it just shows up, which is
so you can see it. Yeah.
But
it's pretty cool though.
Why don't you go back into the point editor that you were doing before, because you might be able to do it in that mode.
That's what I was like attempting to do. So for example, let me get rid of some of these just to like be back in it, and then I go to the building tool and I go to edit points, and I don't know if it's because I have those on, but it's like there's like no points to select. It's super goofy. So like I'm not 100% sure. Maybe
Are you on the right layer?
I wanted to edit points. I'm gonna Control Z. Okay.
Look at that.
Now, am I on the right layer? I think I only have one layer currently built.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Not like ground, first floor, second floor layer, like map, like like file layers.
Oh, I don't think it. I think since we're all on the same like file layers.
I see. I mean, whatever you grabbed sort of is doing it.
Yeah. I just have to.
So what are you trying to create here? Just a wall?
I'm trying to get rid of this wall.
Oh.
I think because what happened was there's like double walls here.
Can you right click it?
It don't like that. I see.
So I think I've gotten rid of them successfully. But what's cool is you can just like grab a wall and like crazy
Bend
harm it.
it. Yeah.
So you can like then I have it back to like the snap, and it's like
I
want
see.
it to snap right where it needs to be. You know what I mean? Like you can like fix it pretty good. So I got rid of it. Yay
Oh,
for
perfect.
solving problems.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Travis, I added a bunch of fucking Oh, see, look. Always check your work, everybody. You never know what's gonna happen.
The architect kind of fell
boy.
asleep on that one.
Yeah, right. The guy was totally drunk.
Totally drunk.
It was a Friday. What are you gonna do? Or put this big honking door there. What the fuck is this?
What is that?
We're gonna edit these points and find the heck out.
Speaking of Fridays, I have off on Friday. Yay!
Is there something
Boo.
special on Friday or a holiday or just no?
No, so with all of you lovely people in chat, I'll share. I've made a position moved, and I've accepted a manager's position. And my current company, I have accrued vacation days, and it's a use it or lose it model. So my boss was like, use them days, boo. So I just have extra days I have to take in March. So I've taken the next 3 Fridays off.
Nice. That's fun. Congratulations, by the
awesome.
way.
Thank you.
Yeah, also congratulations. I don't understand.
I think that that's a cool space, though. I think that
I think what I'm gonna do is just redo it. Because I think what ended up happening is so the doors themselves are like tied to the wall shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
oh,
So what was happening here was I had like 2 sets of doors in here because like I was layering it on top of all these walls, right?
do you have interior versus exterior walls?
See, that was the problem. I was creating double interior walls by accident.
Ah, okay.
Mm, Makes
So that was the whole deal. So then what I can do is just reshape what I need to, and we're good again.
nice.
And now these doors exist the way they're supposed to, I think.
Ooh, looking good. So, Trev, so we have the second command. She's gonna be a woman and have a sterner sense. So we have like the general body of it. Do we have a name for her?
We do not have a name. We do not have a race or species either. Do we have any thoughts on that?
What is the guild leader again?
He is a he's I think he's a human, but he might be a half elf depending on if I want him to live longer.
Oh,
But he's
dang.
like I think he's either human or half elf is what I'm thinking for him.
Okay.
He definitely looks human in his picture.
I mean, like, I would say.
What are you feeling, Angel? Miss Seraphim?
Oh, dang.
I mean, we can make her an Azamar if we wanted to, and just make her.
Or no, I don't mean to put it in your head. I was just
No,
Yeah,
you
I just-
did.
'cause
You
I-
accepted it.
I accepted it just because I know that you just introduced your guild master in Descent into the Void, and she's a Asimar.
Well, they, a headmistress.
Oh, headmistress. They. Yeah, sorry.
But I would say, what's a cool species that we never see? I feel like we don't get enough Genasis. I feel like
that's a good
I think they're super cool. They're like, and especially like fire Genasi, like little Charmanders, look at their hair, always aflame. But it doesn't have to be a fire Genasi. But it could be something like interesting that's always an effect. So you can like describe it as like maybe her mood changes and like it's a different, if she's a fire Genasi, maybe a different flame color, or water Genasi, I don't know.
The wave, like
waves.
Waves or ripples.
Air could be like, you know, like it's like a storm cloud. Like maybe she creates a little storm cloud over her head when she's mad. Kind of like what's her name from Julieta from Encanto.
Oh,
mad.
Right. Yeah.
All that.
I think you're right. I do not see enough Genasi. Let's do that.
I love Genasi. I always throw them in there when I can because I'm just like, they're so like underused.
I think so too. Chat, do you have any feelings on what type of Genasi? We have our standard 4 elements. I kind of like the fire one, but I could go anyway.
Or the 5th Genasi of heart.
So human.
Y'all are crazy.
From the plane of love.
The plane.
Alright, so then I'll have some like regular ass doors. Connect.
Is there an ether Genasi? I don't know. Chat's
there should
Zero
be.
asked for an ether Genasi.
I don't think so, but like we could homebrew something like a, you know, like a space elf, like a star astral elf. We could make like a astral Genasi.
Ooh, I mean, astral Genasi sounds really freaking cool, and they look all starry and stuff.
Starry. You got it. That's a astral Genasi. Homebrew. You got it here. You got it here first.
Let's make sure.
I mean, did you check?
I'm checking right now to see if it actually.
Oh, right. I do this all the time where I'm like, I come up with this awesome thing. I'm like, this is such a good idea. And then I like Google it. And I'm the only one who's thought of this. That is not the case.
Actually, I don't like that door. Goodbye, door. But I am going to put in some windows.
I'm not seeing any like ether or astral Genasis, so I'm thinking it's original.
I see like people have made them. Like when I type in astral Genasi, it comes up to like people's world anvils and obsidian portal. So like people have homebrewed
it. Yeah.
Oh man, there's some really cool artwork. Oh damn, I totally want to steal these from people. I have to ask. Let me ask permission to see if I can showcase some of these cool.
Yeah, some of these actually exactly what I'm thinking of. Like they look like space.
Like space, yeah, it's like spacey.
Spacey, yeah. So we're gonna do our own version. So that means you have to look at. I mean, you don't have to go that in depth. Actually, you don't have to go that in depth on it. But if you wanted to, you have to look at what the other ones get and kind of make like a astral version of it.
Yeah.
Like instead of like produce flame, maybe I don't know what's like an astral cantrip or something. Like fairy fire or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that a cantrip? Is that a first level spell?
Fairy Fire's first level spell, I believe.
Well, they can get that because I think they get like a first level spell of like an element and then a cantrip. Yeah, because I think fires get burning hands. Yeah, like fairy fire and prestidigitation.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're NPCs. They have whatever spells.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Them to have. I'm not building a class. I'm building a person.
I told you I'm extra. You gotta rein me
Right.
back. Oh yeah, so we got an astral. That's gonna look so fucking cool.
That's gonna be
An astral Genasi. Okay, what is her now? Do we want her name to be star related, or like something like Tabitha. Not that, but like something that's just like a normal name.
Tabitha.
Jenny.
No, I think we need Jenny. I think we need something cool. We need like a exotic sounding name, like something more like
fantasy.
Like fantasy, yeah.
Chad, you got some fantasy star Genasi names. Linda. My TV is Linda.
Mike.
I have too many Lindas in my life already, okay? So do you, by the way.
Zero says Linda spelled awkward.
Zero, get out.
No, don't tell Zero to get out.
That's so funny.
I don't know why you're being so frustrating. Whatever.
Starry, but like Nova, or is that too on the nose? Nebula. Is that even more on the nose?
Nebula. Well, I mean, like, I feel like Nebula could be like a last name. You know what I mean? Like something Nebula. Nebulina, Nebulina, something. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
Nebulina.
I'm just thinking of like space stuff in my head, going to my plethora of knowledge on outside space.
Oh shoot.
Nebula's a good name for a shapeshifter. Yeah.
So, fun fact. If you do this, what you can do is group allow light and block light.
Oh, cool.
So now all of these windows will have it as if they were clear window panes, which is fun. Sorry, I know you guys are having like your little conversations over there, and I'm just like,
You're like building me out. No, this is awesome.
We could, if you want, it's not really, it's a spacey name, but it's originally not a spacey name. But you can do something like Cassiopeia, which is like, it's a constellation, but it's also like Greek. So
I was about to say that's like not a spacey name.
I mean, it's a constellation, which can be, it depends how you look at it. It's multi.
Well, like what era of ancient Greek is it?
That I couldn't tell you.
Because like there's like a good possibility that it has like crossover with the Romans, and not only the Romans but also the Egyptians, depending on like the third dynasty, like the late dynasty stuff. So what's cool about that is like that's why a lot of that stuff in space has these kinds of names, because it all borrows from that mythology, as you know.
Yeah. Same thing, like that was like Andromeda, which is also ancient Greece as well, but it's also named of an entire galaxy.
I feel like that's a good name.
Andromeda.
Andromeda, yeah.
And then she could be called something for short, like not Drami.
I feel like people are gonna be like, here comes drama. Like,
oh my goodness! Yes! I love that. There's drama.
There's drama, yeah.
And that's how we built it. So she brings the drama. Only like Stern, like she always causes like an issue. Everyone's hanging out and all that stuff, and she's like, feet down, all this stuff. She brings the drama. Yes.
Okay. Drama if you're nasty.
Oh my.
I love that. Andromeda. Drama if you're nasty. Yes, Cassiopeia is a mother Andromeda. Exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you want to go all the way back to like ancient Greek mythology. I mean, literally all the constellations are like Roman Greek stuff.
That's why, yeah.
Yeah, as we had just discussed.
What the fuck?
But the thing is, are you going to associate in your mind to ancient Greeks, or are you going to associate in your mind to constellations? It really depends.
Andromeda comes to me as a space thing, not as a Greek thing. Cassiopeia.
That is because you have watched the Andromeda Strain, the terrible horror movie.
I don't know.
Or there's Andromeda, Kevin Sorbo, even though we don't stand for Kevin Sorbo,
Yeah,
but he did
whatever
do
the
a
fuck that was.
he did do a TV show that was popular-ish after Hercules.
Michael Crichton, yes. That's what I was
Oh,
thinking
wow.
of.
Y'all so learned.
I don't know about that.
Useless information.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Travis.
How about that? Andromeda Crichton. How's that?
Oh my. I mean, let's see here. Can I? Yes, I can change the map size.
That's
Let's.
cool. I like Zero's idea, looking up other languages that have star names, because yes, in common knowledge for us here in America, we always go to the ancient Greek, but then they don't call it that in other languages. You might be able to give it like a different name that still means the same thing. I don't know any other, not even Japanese, do I know what the name of the constellations are.
I think you have to click that left arrow too, though. Oh no, never mind.
No,
good.
it
There you
added
go.
it. I'm just like, how
Oh,
many
okay.
more do I want?
So now, do you have? So it sounds like we got a good idea on drama. I just love that. I'm sorry. Like, Jeff kissed to that, Trav. You, of course, you were a shady bitch, so of course you will come up with that.
Right. I love
it. Do you need anything? Anyone else?
We would need. So, she's the second in command of the full guild. We have our turtle chef. We need like head bartender. Like a. I have master scribe, but I guess that would technically be like the second in command. Or do we think that a scribe is not exactly necessary?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even think a scribe would be a second in command. It would be someone who just like is like takes like minutes.
Right.
Some-
So I think that's not necessary. So let's do like, well, who else would you think that would need to like run a guild? We have our main dude, the second in command. We have our turtle chef. I think like a bartender, and then like who would you want to encounter and talk to?
So this might sound weird, but it might be funny. If this is a guild hall and like, you know, like they take requests, like I want that one person, like that, like Helena Lovejoy from The Simpsons, who like the person coming over there goes, oh, there's something happening here. Just he or she or they are always just coming in there with a new problem, and it's just like, it's XYZ again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not necessarily a guild person, just like a local,
Like a
who,
local,
a local,
like a groupie, a
constantly-
guild groupie.
Oh God.
There's always that person. Like they always find something. They always stick their nose in someone else's business, and they want to be up in there. And there's always like the most mundane issues that like the local authorities would be able to handle, not like a seasoned adventurers group, but then that person. Until that one time they don't cry wolf, or say they cry wolf and it actually is a wolf, and you have to like do something about it.
What would that like that person be? Mike saying that this music is torture. Is there another? Can we switch to a different chiptune song?
I guess.
Beep, boop, beep.
Now you're gonna get 2 songs.
So Zero, this guild, because of the Radiant Citadel itself, there's basically like a senate of, you know, factions, and then the shield bearers are the like de facto protectors, not necessarily the police, but like the, you know, the standard military, I guess, of it. And our guild is the only guild on this, you know, plane, on the Radiant Citadel. And the whole like feeling and like theme behind the Radiant Citadel is to have it be a place of refuge, have it be a sanctuary for those in need, have it be, you know, not necessarily a permanent home, but maybe a transitory home for those that need to leave one place and go to another. And it's like the theme of like helping and giving is like one of the overarching motifs. So that sort of conflicts with like D&D parties a little bit. So I have the guild is the sort of the bridge between standard D&D and this like, you know, utopia type world. So this guild is the only guild on this plane, and their duty is to take these quests and requests from the Senate or the, you know, the shield bearers who have a pact of nonviolence. They can't actually go fight. They can only help defend or help preserve others. So they, you know, the guild steps in, you know, in that spot. So there wouldn't necessarily be competing adventuring parties, but there could be like other members of the guild who are rivals to the protagonist NPC or the protagonist player characters. You know what I mean? Because I have like 3 or 4 standard players that play on every Monday with me, and you know, I could have a few NPCs that are another party around a similar level that sort of like have like a friendly rivalry, like a Naruto Sasuke rivalry type deal. You know what I mean? Or
I love that. Yes, like 4 NPCs. So what would be their? We have to come up with like a group name for them. So, is there a group name for the current group of us?
Not yet. You guys haven't. You know, I'm assuming that now that we've gone on a few adventures, you guys are going to sort of stick together. So maybe you'll come up with a name for yourselves, like you know, a unit, a circle, a whatever you guys want to be. But we could come up with like a rival, you know, set.
Yeah, like I want like they're still good guys. Obviously, everyone's a hero, but like they should be a little like I won't say nasty, but a little like antagonistic.
Yeah,
we're the 4 zodiacs. You can't handle us. You whatever we call ourselves.
And Ashley. All right.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I'll do rival. Enemy. Guild members.
Make them like the basic species: elf, human, dwarf. No.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's what they are.
they just basic.
Human, gnome, dwarf. Okay, Zero, help me. Who's the elf? Male, female? What's their race and class of this rival guild group? What's their name? Help me. Or anyone in chat who if you have any ideas.
You're on your own, Travis.
Trying to think of some really interesting ones. So we're doing names right now, or just ideas of them?
It could be like I like your idea of having it be like a quote unquote standard adventuring party. So there should be a fighter, a wizard, a cleric, and what, a rogue?
Oh yeah, yes, basic class. Fighter, yes, fighter, wizard, cleric, rogue.
So,
yep.
So let's do that. Is the elf? Who's the who's the fighter? Is it the elf, human, gnome, or dwarf?
The human has to be the fighter.
Okay.
We're going basic. We're going Tolkien with this.
Tolkien. Okay, so elf, will do elf, wizard.
Yep.
Or no. Yeah, wizard. Okay. Gnome, rogue.
Yeah.
And then dwarf, cleric.
Yeah. There we go. Got it.
I got it.
Dragon warrior vibes.
Is that the group name? Dragon Warriors?
Have you never played Dragon Warriors?
Oh no, what's that?
Oh my god, never mind.
I feel like I might have, but it's not ringing a bell right now.
Right, it's not ringing a bell for me.
Travis, you definitely cannot use that. That is a taken thing.
Okay.
Like that is a very well established IP from Square Enix, I believe.
Oh, are you talking about from what's that game with
Dragon Warrior, you know
Dragon?
that one? Like all
Oh,
of them,
oh,
like
it is
all
Dragon.
like
Dragon
15 of
Quest.
them.
Dragon Quest?
Dragon Quest, isn't that what you're talking about? Or there actually is a Dragon Warrior that's not Dragon Quest.
I mean, it's like same family, different title. Kind of
Oh, yeah. Called Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Dragon Warrior was the original, was the American name for Dragon Quest, I think, because we changed things here for some reason.
thing. Yeah,
Okay.
but like the ones that I played on Game Boy were Dragon Warrior, I believe.
Yes. It's coming back to me now.
It was oh man, that was Game Boy Color days. I think it was originally like Super Nintendo though, right?
Yeah, I think it goes back. There's like a million of them.
Are those are the ones that you could like breed monsters and get like new ones and stuff, right?
Regular Nintendo.
Nintendo. It was like just
Like
born.
Nintendo.
Like you know,
No,
like
but-
why like all the boomers just call it a Nintendo. That's why. It's not just a Switch.
No. It's not even. Can't call it Nintendo. You gotta go by the actual name, Famicom.
Oh my
God.
You gotta go really retro. The Famicom.
You're gonna be that guy, huh?
Zach, can you zoom in on the map? I want to make sure that the doors to the armory are in the right spot. Because I see you got windows. Where are the doors in that place?
To the armor, to this,
Mm-hmm.
we got one door here and one door here.
Isn't it serendipitous that we're playing like Nintendo-like music right now?
I was just about to
Oh,
get
I
another
see there and there.
chiptune
Yeah, okay, that
song
makes
for ya.
sense.
All the things because I can like feel Mike TV's glare because the song is played now for like the 5th time or something.
We're bringing the retro realness. So that's what
for
Storyboard's all
damn
about.
Sure. Retro casual music pad.
Mike TV says it's fine. We're good.
All right.
We should bring in a bunch and loop them though, or like have like the whole set, you know?
Yeah. Should I put like in our page points a thing redeem change song?
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. 1,000 points change song.
I love when you change songs. It pops up. Whoop, and then go back down.
Right? Peeking. It was.
Oh no! So sorry, everyone.
Yeah, very sorry, everyone. It's like still in the wrong spot on my audio mixer. But we should be good. I put it down to like -39.
Stop.
I see you. I see you, Mike TV. I'm going to have to just remove this because it's still playing in the background. We're getting like
the
double.
I was like,
music.
what is this remix? I was like, I thought I was going crazy.
No, that's just me adding new music into my OBS on the fly and seeing if it'll stick. Okay, so anyways, sorry about that all. I started building some stables over here, and then I also started fluffing out all these trees and stuff.
I love it.
I figured this is going to be like a cool spot because the armory is going to be making a lot of fire to forge things. So they're going to need a place to chop firewood. So I was actually even thinking about adding a door here, Travis, because they're going to need the opportunity to go outside and chop wood when they need to.
Yeah, I think so too.
So,
And we don't have to worry about putting in items and stuff because I know we're getting close on time, and then I can also take this and then layer images that I have too on top of it, what you've built.
Yeah, but I mean, if I can, I would love to start. Like, what the fuck is this? Who are you? Who's this guy?
Right?
Wow.
a random wall.
Right? Like,
I like
what's
how it's
going
like we're
on
not
here?
gonna snap.
And we're not gonna let you grab it either.
How many floors does the guild hall have? So I was thinking that's so funny that you can you can even like highlight the area and it still won't get it. Um,
Yeah.
I was thinking that this guild hall has this. So what we're doing on stream is the first floor. I think that there would probably be a second and third floor. The second floor is going to be where a majority of the members that have been in the guild for a long time or have some form of renown would have private rooms. Like the place that we've created is sort of like a dormitory for newbies or guests or etc. So it's just sort of like a bed with a chest and a locker type deal. So the second floor would have more of those private rooms where people have created like a space for themselves. And then the third floor could be like luxury rooms where meetings are held, like a grand sort of boardroom. I was like thinking of the word. I was like ballroom. No, that's not what I want. Boardroom type deal. And it also could be cool because if it's on the third level and with the picture, it sort of looks like a spire. So I'm thinking like maybe in that spire is like a circular room on the third floor that has like a 360 view with like windows all around, and it's like a boardroom that people can come to.
Oh my god, that's so much to build out. Like, are you
I
gonna
mean,
have
we
like
can.
active like scenes in all of these rooms?
Oh my god, no. That's why I'm like, I might just theater of the mind it for the second and third floor.
Yeah,
But for the first floor, I think it'd be really cool to like pull this map in and have people
for sure. Yeah.
see it and use it. So I don't, we don't. I definitely didn't think that we'd get to a second or a third floor today.
You could totally like build a new map and then be like floor 2, and
Right.
have it like that.
Yeah, but like also like they do have this layer thing, so you could like come in here. I believe it's in level settings, and you can like create new level. Call it second floor, and we clone the ground floor basically. And then now we're basically on the second floor. So for example, we go back to the ground floor. Let's make it so like it's a visible thing for you and the audience at hand. So I'm gonna search for beds real quick. And then this is like a fun thing. You can just like keep changing the earth tones. So Guildmaster, biggest ass bed you can find. It is at scale 2, so we're gonna scale that down to 1. So it's a normal ass bed, and then rotate it 90. We'll say they want to have their bed in between both of the windows, so it's perfect for assassinations. The second in command, not as important as first in command, so their bed is going to be a little bit smaller. So now we have some beds, some items to look at here, right? So now when you go to the second floor, it's the same floor plan as the base floor, but you know, you could throw all different items and stuff. We could go in here and like change the interior wall structure and stuff, and that's as easy as it is. And
That's
you can
super
even, you know, create. You said you wanted to have a third level?
Yeah.
You get a level, and you get a level.
Get a level.
We'll clone the second level just because. And so now we're on the third level. And I want to create one that's just called the roof. And, sure. So now we're at the roof. And then what you can do in the roof tool, it looks like we have, And then you can
Or
just
you can
like,
just sort of paint over it.
yeah.
Sweet.
Now we gotta do that, and then we gotta do that. Let me do. Let's do a manual one. Whoa!
Control Z.
That's so neat, though, that you can.
Oh, what is a hip?
That is a
Nice.
section of the body
Thank you, Omar.
that does not lie, only speaks truth.
I was looking more for what does it look like exactly? Okay, I don't want that. Let's do another gable. And then this is a different one, and then this is a different one entirely. I wish I could change the color, but beggars are not going to be choosers. Yeah, I guess I'll just put it on the roof layer.
Joke's on you. You've been doing this on the second floor. I'm just kidding.
That's why I was like triple checking. Because like what you could ultimately do is like, so for example, I kind of am not happy with that. So I'm going to go back to the second floor, and then I'm going to put the roof on the stable because it's only going to be one floor. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So, but then when you go back to the ground floor, there it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we have a ton more to add to this. This is nowhere near finished. This is going to be so enjoyable to build out. Where did you want to have like where they eat and stuff? Like the big mess hall area.
That's like the main room that we were building, like in front of the stage.
You want this to be the main eating area and stuff too?
Like in front of the stage, yeah.
All right. Into it.
Because what I'm thinking is I'm thinking to the right of the stage, that's where we're going to have the bar and the storeroom, but that can also be partially the kitchen as well. And then have the stage, mess hall, eatery, and like the reception all is like the main room when you first walk in. That sort of feels right to me. That's like where, you know, if people are, you know, you don't want people sort of roaming through your guild hall building. So like when they first walk in, like they sort of have all the necessities. So maybe you have, you know, we have like community people that want to, you know, have drinks or have put on performances. Like we have the capability of that in the guild hall. So they, you know, come and grab a drink, and that's also revenue for the guild itself too. And then like, if you have like to have meetings or other things, then that's when you would go upstairs to like the private rooms or the boardrooms, etc. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
Dookie.
Jinx.
Super excited to see you, Zach.
Oh, hey, what's up, Agoki? What is going on your fine Wednesday evening?
You're catching us on the tail end, but we are building an amazing world or guild hall for the Radiant Citadel Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch.tv.
Yes. Twitch.tv/Atelier20. Right here. Or
Right here.
Here. And I'll link it again, actually. Yeah, Zeki's been so fantastic and helping drive this for me. We're building out, like Omar just said a minute ago, my campaign is based around our guild. So we have lots of guild heroes. The players are, guild members. So I was like, it'd be really fun if we had, at least the base layer of where these people are. So right now we're just doing Theater of the Mind, and he was like, yeah, I'd love to build it out. So I took him up on that offer. So we've been sort of making some NPCs and, fleshing out the details here. And if you're curious, I have actually a Google Doc of how I've sort of built and set up my campaign, if you want to check that out.
Wait, so there's horses in the Radiant Citadel?
I mean, I guess so.
I mean, you asked for a stable.
Oh, you did say stable, unless you thought of some other freakish animals that would be in the stable.
Yeah, I mean, like,
we could do that too. There was just like horse art available to me, so I just filled the stable.
yeah,
with it.
I mean, no, it makes sense because like this is like a transitory plane, and like people bring goods and stuff like that, so there's not cars, so it'd be like horse-drawn, or maybe there's like, in the gnome villages or in the tinkering villages, there might be cars or mechanical things, but it is very not prominent in this world. So most goods and things would be sort of in horse-drawn or beast of burden-drawn
Like
things. So it's fine that we have stables because, add a cart to this behind to the outside of the stable too, to sort of drive that imagery home.
These are space horses. Horses.
These are space horses brought by Andromeda.
Brought by the drama.
Brought by the drama. I cannot wait to introduce her to my other players.
Thank you so much, Chad. That was a great help building drama.
Yeah.
So we got Andromeda, we got the Tortellini. I don't remember what his name was.
Terrapini.
Yeah, Jonathan Terrapini.
we are still building out a few NPCs, chat. So if you have, or Higoki or anyone else, if you have any ideas, we're building a rival frenemy group of adventurers that are a part of this guild, but our main NPC or our main players, we're building like a rival NPC group. Do you have any names? We have a elf, wizard, human fighter, gnome, rogue, and dwarf cleric. We wanted them to be like the quintessential D&D typical party, to be the frenemies of the NPCs. I think a well there makes sense. Yeah, right in that like courtyard.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, back there would make sense too.
And it will just like not be out in front and over the public and everything else.
Yeah.
Okay, so what next?
Do you want to put like the actual, like a few, the bar itself?
Yeah, we can totally do the bar. You seem to be very into this bar, so.
I am. I feel like it's part of the tavern, like it needs to be.
This bar needs to be bumping. Wait, are only guild members allowed to go to this bar, or can normal people come in and enjoy the bar?
Yeah, what's the deal there, Travis?
So I was thinking that like normies can come, but like there's also like guild only nights. You know what I mean? So because like people can come and like request shit. You know what I mean? So where you're building that right there, I was thinking like that entire length is the bar. So I don't want like chairs sort of all up along that. Well, because you have a door there, so maybe start the bar at one.
That's why I was like.
It could be one square up though.
Yeah. Perfect.
I love it. That's nice. It's like perfect
And
bar.
It's like this is what like the normal like one sized scale is.
Right, yeah.
So no, that would be ridiculous. So like really what they like ultimately want you to do is like have something like that. But I kind of like this because then it gives you like space off the stage.
Right. Okay, I'm fine with that. And then we could put like a small, like a circular table in that like square beneath it. You know what I mean?
Is
Yeah,
it
I was even thinking
Or like a
something like that, you know,
or like a poker table or something there, like a card table.
Oh, okay.
can you cut off like an edge, like so, like if we want to extend the table, let's say, like is that a thing or no?
That is what I was like seeing if I could do, and I think you can kind of do that with like the over under. For example, say I have another bar that I want to put in, and I wanted to like overlap it. You kind of can do that, but like you can't get rid of that line there in the middle.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If you could like, maybe there is some way, but if you could like erase it and then put it, you can make your own size. But I think that's fine for now. That's fine. What we have is really good, actually.
Travis, what is the guild's colors? What are the guild's colors?
So I don't know exactly. I've always pictured it sort of like the name of the guild is Refraction's Crest because it's a diamond or like a prism, so to speak. And so when light is shined through a prism, it becomes a rainbow. And like that's the whole like gist of the name, is that it's like the light of the city is being refracted, and it's like that's the will of this guild. Like I'm playing off the metaphor of like light being bent is like the will of the people. So like rainbow, but like that's not great. You know what I mean?
I'm like, yeah, that is not exactly helpful, but it's fine.
Not exactly helpful. So whatever you think would look cool. Yeah, like red would be cool.
What I'm thinking about doing, and what can be done, is I don't like that that's so close there. So what I think I'm gonna end up putting is probably like some barrels and stuff, some crates.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
But what you could do is you could, you know, make a table. You could make it rainbow and just like change the color and like make it a gradient going across the room.
Oh, yeah.
Roy G. Bivet.
Yeah.
Roy G. Bivet. I kind of like the idea of keeping sort of the gaming table there next to the bar itself, and then having like sort of, what's the word, like picnic sort of tables, like long, like not exactly picnic tables, but like longer tables in front of the stage. And that's where like a majority of the guild members and people would like come and hang out and sit. You know what I mean?
There's actual stables. Yeah.
You don't need to create your own stables. They already have them.
Right?
Right.
Almost that.
And that was me like just searching specific items too. So there's all these other items that you can also search out.
No. So you typed in, I didn't see. Did you type in stables, and that's what popped up?
I typed in tables and that was what popped up.
Oh, got it.
With all that stuff. But I'm seeing like if there's like ones that like I missed. Like for example, like this is like a big bookshelf corner that you might
bookshelf could go there, yeah.
Yeah.
But like also like the guild leader, you know, he's gonna be pretty well read, right? So
absolutely.
They're gonna want to have one. Like second in command might have a smaller like bookshelf.
Oh my god, the difference. Look at that. The big boss has the huge room, and of course the command's like half the size. What is this? Oh yeah, like a little thing at the bed. I like that little treasure chest or chest.
Yeah.
Little desk with the window right there.
Is he an established warrior as well? Like it's like he's a high level NPC.
Yeah, he would be.
He probably would have. What is his class, or like is he like a martial class, or is
he is a. I'm thinking of making him like an Eldritch Knight, so that way he has mainly martial prowess, but like has dabbled in some arcana.
Yeah, he has the best of both worlds.
Right.
Why you should probably adorn his room with like weapons and stuff. I don't know if that's a thing here. You know, like the little, like the what do you call them? The crests with the shields and all that stuff. Maybe like some swords or weaponry on his walls.
Yeah. Oh, those are perfect, like half stairs up for like the stage.
That as well.
Oh, that's like stairs to go upstairs.
Yeah, there's like an actual one. I could probably use
Oh yeah,
instead.
worth yeah. Now take you to the.
But like the thing about stairs that like I always fuck up is you gotta remember wherever you put stairs, there needs to be enough of a landing on the second floor for it to make sense. Which is something I get myself in trouble with all of the time.
Do it the other way. So flip that like 180
Yeah?
that you have, and then similar to where you were going, but put it up against that wall. Yeah, so like 180, and then put it up against that wall.
Boom.
Yeah, like there, exactly. And then they like, you know, it's like you sort of like round that corner a little bit and then walk up and into the second floor.
But yeah, there's like all this stuff. Like you could like straight up make like a boat and it has like all these like extra boat things.
Oh my goodness. There's so many options in here. This is super cool.
Yeah.
It is like you can make this is really good for making like dungeons and like stuff like this. Like I really do like it.
Will you have, well, you're over there by those like stairs, put those like half stairs up onto the stage.
Oh yeah, good idea. Oh fuck, where'd they go?
I like that stage, yeah.
I do too.
I can't affect the color of that, unfortunately.
It's okay. Because then it'll like help people stand out and realize that it's like a stair up.
Yeah.
Is there like a wooden like lip or like a, not exactly like rope, you know, like a rope, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking
Travis. I'm trying to.
Like when you walk up there, but like something that distinguishes the difference so people realize that it's like a step up besides the stairs. Like
Oh, I see. You're talking about something to give it some depth.
Like when you're standing in line or like you know, at a con or wherever, there's like ropes that sort of section people off, but like have that be around the outside edge type deal.
Yeah.
Or like,
That's not what I wanted.
I guess we could put like lights actually, like a string lights, because we could pretend like they're sort of like spotlights.
Sure.
Oh yeah, like those, yeah.
Is it like actual spotlight?
That would be hilarious.
Or, like rotate them so they point inward.
Why would I point them inward? I'm trying to show that there's a elevation change.
Okay. I guess so. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I like literally said that 2 seconds ago.
I'm like, why would I do that, Travis? I can. But then we'd both be wrong.
That's why you're here. That's why you're in charge. I'm just the ideas guy.
And then what's super cool also, we didn't even touch this. But you can go to the light tool and then make it like a small light.
Zero says like a balustrade, you know, like those balconies, those like banister thingies.
Let me Google that word. Oh, I didn't mean to pin that.
You know, like when you look, like it's like in old architecture buildings, and they kind of like you look over it. I feel like I'm describing it terribly.
Oh, yes. Yes, exactly. This is exactly the thing that I was talking about. Thanks, Zero.
So you
I
can
gotcha.
like add lighting effects and stuff too, which is like
Oh,
super
Fabo.
awesome.
That's
Wow.
so cool.
Wow, that's really cool.
And you can like make them bigger, smaller. So say you have like a chandelier or something, and you can like. And the other cool thing that I really enjoy is I like setting the mood kind of thing, and not like in a bounce chicka wow wow way, but like in a more like. So it's kind of like it's nighttime, so you get like the cooler tones, or you can like switch it up and make it like super like a sunny day kind of thing. And
Oh,
you can
Zero,
like,
you absolutely were saying the right thing. Stanchions. That's what I was picturing in my mind, but
That's also what I was picturing in my mind. I was like, yeah, it's that.
Zeki, that's so cool. And I feel like that is something that would be. Oh my god, we have another new follower.
One
High
high
Zergling.
Zergling.
One high Zergling. Oh, I love it. I love being a Zerg player. StarCraft for life.
I was like,
okay.
what? That went over my head.
Yep, same here. But I'm glad
Oh,
you
I
have
was-
something you enjoy.
I know how much Omar loves his RTSs.
Surprisingly, like, well, I don't know if you want to count like Dyson Sphere and Factorio as RTSs, but they're like,
That is not an RTS.
it's not an RTS, but it's like the closest thing to an RVS that I can do.
Oh, sorry about the ad break.
One day we will not have ad breaks.
One day. Actually, I should be in it so I can stop them, because the stream is not very long, so we can stop them like 3 times, so I will use them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have to go into the... Shame on me, I'm usually in the creator dashboard doing that, but I'll make sure I do that now.
It's okay. We appreciate you watching those ads to give us that revenue.
Every little bit counts.
Right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Every little bit counts. A gulag.
So I do believe like once you like are set following, you shouldn't get any more ads. I think I turned that off.
I think it's if you're a subscriber, you get no ads.
Correct.
Oh, well, shows how much I know about Twitch.
Now, let's
I think
say...
we have ours only set to 1 ad though. It's not it's not like multiple back to back. I think it's just 1 30-second ad, which isn't terrible. I hate when I join a stream and it's like 6 ads in
One
a row.
up 4. And I'm like, oh.
I like leave. I'm like, sorry, this is too many.
Why did you think that was acceptable?
Right.
So if you do under, and then you can be like, oh, this rug goes perfectly around the bed. And because, you know, second in charge, not as nice of a rug. But maybe they have, like, a cow rug, you know? Maybe they're, like, a little bit more rustic.
Right. Do you think Andromeda would have a cow rug?
I don't know, man.
No, I think Andromeda is
Andromeda
a
Keaton?
vegan. I think Andromeda Keaton is a vegan. And she will not have that.
I think she's a vegan too. I don't think she'd have a cow rug.
You could put it in the guild master's room, but she is strictly a vegan.
No one's getting it now. Good job. Yeah, so we're on our way here with getting this going. Now, I kind of want to do these tables the right way. I'm like stuck on tables. I'm sorry, everybody.
Let's do the tables then. Well, what time? I know we're actually 10 over our intended time. I could go a little longer if you want, but I don't want to keep you if we want to wrap up. We've done so much.
We have.
Oh, thanks for this hydrate.
You gotta hydrate, and
Oh,
I'm all out of water.
shit.
I'll do it in solidarity.
Unfortunately, one high Zergling, I have to do some Sprite.
I'll swallow some
Forgive
saliva.
me.
Here we go.
I drank a lot of water at work today, so don't worry. For those of you that don't know, I work outside a lot of the time, and so I am the last person you typically need to worry about for hydrating. Travis, do you want them all connected?
Um,
I remember you like kind of described them, and I got like Great Hall Harry Potter vibes.
That's like sort of what I was going for, but I don't want them like all to be connected. Like I think like two. No, like two long.
Oh, okay.
And then like a space. Like that first row that you made, I would do like 1, 2, space, 1, 2. Yeah, like that. Like so they're longer tables where people can like sit at, but not like the entire row. You know what I mean?
I do. Boop. Boop. I'm probably doing this like the long and arduous way. Like, let me...
Actually cut that one, that one you just put, because in that bottom corner is where we're going to have the like front like reception desk area. Yeah, just
Okay.
those down there. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, just move them. How nice is that?
Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
Because each of those tables could fit, what, 4, 8? So 8, 16, 24, 32. So like 50 people could sit in at these tables right now, which I think is enough.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually gonna see if I could put in like another twofer.
Another twofer, yeah.
Actually, what I want to do here is some round tables.
Yeah, that would be fine. We could put some round tables. They don't all have to be long. I think.
Cardinal Sin.
If you want, actually, you know what you could do is make the 2 tables that are to the left of the 3 circles, make that one long row to the left, like connect that one to the one that's to the left, and then put a few more circles in the middle.
Like this? And then have more circles? But I thought you
Yeah.
wanted...
We'll connect that one. That could be like one longer table. That could be like one long row table. Or do you hate it? You're like, no. You're like, the symmetry!
Symmetry is broken!
It's not so much the symmetry, it's the feng shui.
The feng shui. I think that's cool. And then, yeah, you can add a few more circles now if you want.
Because the thing is, I'm trying to give it so there is enough room for chairs without them being like on top of somebody else.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that, and then...
But I think we accomplished a lot. This is looking really good. Can't wait to
I love it.
dive into this world. Or into this guild, I should say. Already dove into the world. And whatever else you have planned. Whatever secret machinations. You don't make a map unless an event happens.
I know. I cannot wait.
So anything else we wish to discuss about the character building?
Who's our head bartender?
T-Pain.
Oh my goodness. Well, I feel like I want to make it kind of cliche. Like, what would be I mean, not too cliche where it's like it's a dwarf bartender, but maybe like something that's on the nose, but not exactly on the nose. Like a water genasi, but where we took genasi, so it had to be something else.
I was like just gonna say like a wire Genasi.
I mean, we could, but say we had the other Genasi, but something like
No.
that, like like a water, like what is it? The sea elf, a sea elf bartender?
No,
No.
nah, cause nah.
A herring non.
What if it was a GIF?
Like
Oh,
a
so sorry, we all gifts. Not
Oh, the-
berries.
hombre, the gifts, like the hippo gif.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, you're making a gift. I want just
As
like
you
the
know,
fabric
I
of it.
love GIFs, so
Yeah.
I use them all the time.
we don't say gifs here. They're gifts.
They're gifts, yeah.
I mean, they are.
Yeah, they literally are gifts.
Okay, gif. We're gonna say Nigel Thornberry voice.
Nigel Thornberry. All of mine are like Swedish, so I like this.
Wait, your gifts are Swedish?
Yeah.
Can we get like a little taste of what a gif, a Zektown gif is?
Yeah. Some of you in the audience may be familiar with Margaret, my chef from Chaos Ladies.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Hello. How are you doing today?
I love it.
Mhm.
I mean, it's better than mine.
No, I love your Thornberry ones.
I'm sorry, I was cracking up when we first heard it. They all sound the same. They're that's just the GIF accent.
Zero's
The
coming for
shade.
you, Zeki.
The shade,
Hey,
Zero.
I know. I never said like I went far for the inspiration.
Hello.
I
Alright,
just thought
so
of like a
then
big happy chef that was like also a hippo person. Because I always reserve my like Nigel Thornberry type person for the elephant people.
Oh, Loxodon, yeah.
The
Loxodon, yeah.
Loxodons. You know what I mean? I feel like they're more like blah, 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 blah. They got like the trunk in their face, right?
Mhm.
So they have like this big thing covering their lips. They talk like they have a big old walrus lip.
I'm gonna make one that's like they're prim and proper, and they like hold their nose up, like they're holding their pinky up when they talk.
Are you
now.
gonna actually like? All right. What do we want on this stage? Like anything in particular?
I don't know. Like, what do you think? Any like cool looking? It's like a. I'm like loving these couches. Oh my goodness! But one of those
Right.
couches down.
Zero says on NADPod, big fan of them. When they do bullywug voices, they shake their heads when they speak. You know.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not what I wanted. That looks like a skull, and I don't like it.
It could be like a Shakespearean to be or not to be. Having an open mic night.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely not. Oh, but then the cool thing that you can do that I really like is this like scatter thing. So, for example, we got some bowls. Those are huge.
Anything else we wish to go create? What we have, I want to make sure we give you some good NPCs before we wrap up for the day.
I think that this is a fantastic amount of people because I don't want to sort of lore dump too many people and things. So I think having three new NPCs to sort of weave in the next few campaign episodes and the rival guild member. Do we have a? That's I guess one last thing. Do we have a name for the guild, the rival guild member? Since we can't take the Dragon Warriors. How about the questing dragons? You're like, no.
No. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one. I'm always bad when it comes to making like team names, party names. I usually always leave it for someone else to do.
This is just me adding some scatter to these tables.
I am about it.
Changing colors gradually, slowly, surely.
But yeah, we can all. But there's no rush on the name. I feel like we can give it something really over time. Cool.
How about a name for this elf wizard human fighter? You don't need a group name. Do you have any like player names or NPC names? I feel like names are always like a.
It depends where you want to go, are we going for, and like kind of feel you want for that character, and kind of like build a name off of that.
Right. Okay, we can hold off on that for now.
Yeah. But any final things before we wrap up?
I think we've done a lot today. Zach, any last thoughts?
I don't think so. I'm just like having a ball.
Right. You just
like he's in zone right now. We're just talking. He's like, huh? What? Click, click, click.
He's like, we're gonna put cards on here. We're gonna put stakes. We're gonna put water jugs. We're gonna put.
Zero says Hanario.
Hanario. Oh, love it. Okay.
Hanario.
Sounds very elfy.
Very elfy.
Hishpashe.
Love it. You know how I love my breathy words.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because in a flow state, yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
What is that? Parchment?
This?
What is that?
That's a bunch of cards. They were too big.
Oh, okay.
Like even these are still too big, I think. But I'm just like adding all this stuff to the tables, making the place seem lived in.
It's so good. It does. It absolutely feels lived in.
Yeah.
You can just like add food. It's like some people want the fish.
Oh my god. How funny is that? You can like actually put food on the plate too. This reminds me of the game that we played when we were at Gen Con, or not Gen Con.
Oh my god!
Packs
Yeah,
Unplugged.
Oh,
the
yeah.
fish. Get the D&D game. You have to get the fish or the meat or the veg.
Yeah.
That is exactly what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
Do you have stools for the bar?
I have not put stools at the bar yet, but I can. I was gonna.
Before you go, is this Zach's favorite map generator he's used thus far? What are your thoughts?
This is definitely my favorite. Well. Ooh, that's tough. For making dungeon maps, yes, this has been my favorite dungeon map builder that I've encountered so far. I still really like Campaign Cartographer for making world maps and city maps.
Because they easily like layer into each other, right?
Yeah. And you can even set it up to like have it as a database and like make a world map and then have like city maps linked. So that way if you're like looking to like export a bunch of things really fast, you can do that with like not that much of a problem.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
This definitely seems much easier to use than, like, I have to say, I personally love Incarnate. We do have an Incarnate subscription too that I actually built my world map in, my material plane on. But I tried to use that to make like a actual building. And while they do have the tools for it, it's much more piece by piece. And I found it a little bit harder. So this tool seems to be like mwah, chef's kiss for if you're doing like a, building city town level for sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
Omar, what about you? Have you used any other map making tools and softwares have you used?
Incarnate, which the Send to the Void map, I've made that. So that's about it. That's world map. I've never really done anything that build like a dungeon map or something like that. Usually go on stuff like CheckPeku. Check them out. Patreon.com/CheckPeku. They have amazing stuff if you're a Patreon. But other than that, yeah, I've never actually created. But we have our own cartographer named Zektown, so maybe I'll hit him up.
Right. Right.
I do enjoy making a lot of maps.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna add that to your title. I'm gonna link Says Peku because I actually subscribe to them too. They have their cartographer group and they have fantastic, beautiful map sets that they put out. So I do recommend them as well if you're looking to just sort of find something instead of build it yourself.
Yeah.
But now that we know Zeki's so well versed, we're gonna put him on the schedule to work. Put him to work.
Yeah. I just like start going off with it too. I'm like, all right.
Hey, you know what?
Documents.
Graph paper and pen and paper markers are fantastic too. Like before the panini and we would play in person, I actually have what is it? It's not exactly vinyl. Is it vinyl? But we have like a
you got like
know
a
what I'm talking
vinyl
about?
one. Yeah.
Like a vinyl map, and we like laid out. It's like a grid, and we just had different markers, and I would just quickly draw different shapes and stuff to sketch out sort of like the layout or things like that. So over time, we slowly tried to get a little bit more higher quality. Like when we got into 3D printing, we tried to 3D print different like tile sets and sort of connect them, but that's just so much work. So I'd rather sometimes just draw stuff out anyway, myself too.
Nice. Yeah, but we got you some great NPCs. This map came out really good. I can't wait to see this all in play.
Oh my god, me too.
Yeah, I could spend so much time doing this.
Yeah, I mean we don't have all day here, but yes.
I mean.
Okay, well, since we're coming up to the half hour, Omar, why don't you let us know what's coming up in the schedule?
Yeah, let us know.
Yep, I will. So coming up, we have on this Sunday, actually, our next big stream is Descent into the Void Campaign 2 session, or to say episode 2. We have just met all the characters, and we got all the introduction out the way and had our first small little battle. And now we're just going to be discovering the land of Greymore within Adramel, so it should be a very epic time and full of drama, I am sure. So that's going to be on Sunday at 2 p.m. Travis, do we have a Radiant Citadel on that Monday, or are we taking off?
I think that we will be having a Radiant Citadel on Monday, so you can all look forward to that coming up. What's the actual date? Let me look at the number. The 13th. Right after DITV, next day. So make sure y'all come back here. Y'all come back now.
I knew he was gonna say it, folks.
Oh my god. Put one of those couches down next to the map area. Make it red, please.
We also have on the 17th at the table. We had to do some rearranging around for dates and all that stuff with the guests, but we do have our next guest for at the table on the 17th. So you'll see all that on the social webs and interwebs, and so I get everything finalized and good to go. But it should be a very good time there as well. Anything new going on with the next storyboard, Zach, that you want to announce, or not quite yet?
Oh, actually, coming up sooner than later on Monday, before Travis's game, I will be interviewing No Nat Ones. We're going to be talking about lore in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, because as we've been experimenting with Pathfinder and transitioning to it on different channels and stuff like that, it's been pretty apparent to me that a lot of the lore that is in place in the world is directly wrapped up with like your abilities and like things with like the different species and classes and stuff like that. So I thought it was like a really cool idea to potentially, dive into that aspect of not necessarily like the homebrew world building that we usually do around here, but also, what is informing the character decisions that you're making. So that's going to be what's happening. And, No Nat Ones, through a little bit of this stuff with WotC over the past month and a half and 2 months almost, has kind of like blown up a little bit on YouTube, I could say, like a lot of it. And so, they've had this perspective change with everything happening with Pathfinder. So I really kind of want to get that perspective to, like it's a perspective I trust, because they were there from like the beginning talking about this kind of stuff. And like whenever the stuff went down with WotC and the OGL and everything else, they were definitely like on the forefront of it, and talking about Pathfinder then too. So it's not somebody who doesn't have any experience with it either, which was important to me because I know nothing. So it'll be like a really good opportunity for me to get a crash course in Pathfinder. So join us for that on Monday, and then it'll roll right into Travis's Radiant Citadel campaign.
Awesome. Gonna be a great time. Next week is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So.
But
so
I guess I'll call it quits for right now.
We've done so much. You shouldn't feel this.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm like
"Yes,
genuinely
I'm
like
done."
sad. I'm like, oh, like I've only done like half of this room. So many other rooms to do.
We should definitely do this again. Have another storyboard where we just kind of just build worlds. We can maybe build a world in Adramel next.
Heck yeah, I'm down for that.
We can build our first circle sort of dormitory.
Yeah.
Or like pod that we have.
Oh, that could be really fun, like our living space.
Yeah, I was talking to Omar about it, and in my college, we called them pods, where you had like a shared living room and a kitchenette, and then like your own bedroom was attached to it. So I think like that's sort of the vibe that we're getting for our players or for our characters. So that could be cool to flesh out.
Yeah, and the Fractal Centaurum has infinite amount of rooms. We could totally infinite amount of rooms. So it will. So we could totally do this for an infinite amount of times and make every single room. Or rooms that we can explore, because I well expect you all to spend sessions in the school itself, because it's its own like dungeon crawl if you really want to.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
I'm into it.
Mike says gotta stop. Infinite.
We stand Lady Gaga. She's coined that, and now that's what it is forever.
Oh
Yes.
my god. Brittany would be proud.
She would.
Yes, my mom. All right, so is that everything else? Anything else?
I mean, I could keep adding stuff to these tables.
Anything else on stream that we need to cover?
Just one more book. One more book.
One more book.
I've placed several.
I know. Is there anyone we want to hand this amazing group over to?
I guess we could go see what's going on at AP with the Black Ballad thing they're premiering today.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
let's
let's raid over
preview
to
that.
Anyway,
yeah, let's raid into them.
So it's like /raid
Space Amateurish Productions.
Amateurish Productions.
There we go. Raiding out.
Look at that.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
And
everyone,
have
for
a
coming.
wonderful night. Thank you for coming. You can find all of us on the tubes. So
check us out here and on the tubes.
Yeah. ATaleD20s.com, at ATaleD20s everywhere else.
Yeah. Travis, you want to put your own handle out there, people to follow?
Sure. Yeah, you can find me at OMG It's Travi on Twitter, or at Zendark on Twitch.
Yeah. Omar?
You can find me, if not here at ATaleD20s, my personal one, That's So Omar, where I do cosplay and traveling stuff.
You need to check out his cosplay. It's a fucking amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you had some pretty intense, amazing cosplay last night. So whenever you actually go out in the public and do it, it's even more insane.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Promise.
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah, check them out. And then you can find me at Zektown pretty much on anything. So everybody, thanks again for stopping by and hanging out while we were building some maps and making some NPCs.
Thanks for all the follows, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for following. We'll see you on the next one.
Catch you on the flip side. As the timer slowly treks down.
Hit it.
Oh my god.
Hit the raid button.
Oh, you get it.
I don't have...
And it went on its own.
And